Well, good afternoon. We got to get our snowman in the picture. He'd be disappointed if he wasn't in there. He really would. But today is Friday. Can it be Friday already? November 17th. And we have some birthdays today. Today is Moni, M-O-N-I. And the name of her channel is Mosca, M-O-S-C-A, Frog Lover. So Moni, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Moni. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Sue Breeding, B-R-E-I-D-I-N-G. So Sue, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sue. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Amy Zambrano, Z-A-M-B-R-A-N-O. She is Ava Bencoder's daughter. So Amy, I saw it on Facebook, but I know your mom would love to hear your song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all three of you have a great, great birthday. I'm sure you're hearing a ticking in the background. That is my clock. Let me show you. Let me scoot on over here to get it. I love this clock, but I'm not allowed to have it anywhere else because it makes so much noise. Listen to it. It's very loud. It's very loud. Let me put it under the pillow so maybe you won't hear it. And I don't know if you really saw my birdie very closely. I have more birds, but I won't find them until I take all my stuff out of my Christmas stuff out. But I like this bird. He's all ready for winter. So we'll put him up here for now. You can't see him. See, I can't get the bird. Ah! There we go. There's the bird. Can't get the bird and unless I put them all together. Unless I put them on my shoulder. I've got a birdie on my shoulder. Okay, now I'm being silly. Anyway, what was I going to talk about? I did stay completely on plan yesterday. I didn't snack last night. I have my mindset back, hopefully till the first of the year. At least to the first of the year to get through the holidays. Because if I make it to the first of the year, I should be fine for the rest of the time. And I wasn't really hungry. I've noticed that in the past, the reason I gained 5 pounds yesterday is the fact that even though I eat a late dinner, I've been snacking at night. And I am not a nighttime snacker. I just am not a nighttime snacker. But I just was in a mood. I was in a funk. And I didn't enjoy the food I was eating. Even when I was eating it, I wasn't enjoying it, but I still ate it. It was, I don't know why, but I did. So I'm past that now. I am past that. So I tracked and did really well. I'm going to show you my food today. It's going to be I'll probably be under my points today, but it's Friday, and you know I'm going to try to eat a little bit more that I don't go crazy on the weekends because that just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. If you've seen by now, I did a review of the Real Relax Treadmill. I know. Can you believe that? I bought a treadmill. I can't believe it. I can't believe it either. I did buy a treadmill. Not that I can't. I'm afraid to walk outside. My balance is so off. It really is. That I'm really even when I go in a store, I hold on to a buggy or a basket, whatever you want to call it, a cart. Because I'm just so afraid I'm going to fall. And at my age, if I fall, I'm going to break a hip, and I don't want to be doing that. So I really haven't been walking that much. And so I bought a treadmill that folds down, and I can slide it under the bed. I was hoping I could slide it under the couch. The actual treadmill part of it does fit under the couch. But the top part where all the instruments are that tells you your calories and how far you walked and all that good stuff is raised up a little bit higher, and it doesn't fit under my couch. So I thought, well, I'm going to put it in the guest bedroom because I do have a TV in the guest bedroom. And it slides right under the bed. And what worked out perfectly is because I have a head rail and a bottom rail or foot rail. And I walked on it this morning for 20 minutes. And I held on sometimes, not always, but sometimes I grabbed onto the footboard of the bed to keep me from losing my balance. So my goal is to get up to my mile at least a day. I'm going to do as much as I can. I thought 20 minutes was pretty good for my first day. But I walked the 20 minutes on the treadmill. Probably had to grab onto the railing more times than I would care to admit. But I felt secure and safe because I had the railing to grab onto. And I just watched Stephen Colbert. So, because I do like him on CBS at night. So I taped him last night, and rather than watch him last night, I thought I'll watch him when I'm walking. It does make the time go by faster. I prefer walking outside. I'll tell you that. I do prefer walking outside. So my goal is to walk on the treadmill for the winter. And then when the spring comes, feel confident enough in my balance that even if I have to walk alone, I can walk alone. Because Denise will be moved by then, so I won't be able to walk with Denise. And maybe by then Jim will be a little bit more energetic and I can walk with him. But I want to get ready for, because I told you we're going to Alaska May 1st to May 8th. And so I want to be able to walk, and enjoy the sights and not be overtired or worried about my balance or anything like that. So I do have a goal in mind, and I have something to look forward to. And I think that walking on the treadmill, it's in such a position now that it doesn't get in the way. I don't have to slide it under the bed. The only time I'm going to have to slide it under the bed is if I have company, which I will have next week because my cousin Lynn and Dale are coming for Thanksgiving. I think they're coming either Monday or Tuesday, and they're going to stay till Friday morning or Thursday night, one of the two. They haven't decided yet. But it'll be so nice to have my cousin here. I really will. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'll just slide it under the bed then. And then I'll still walk probably because they like to do shopping and stuff like that. I'm not a big shopper. There were days that I loved shopping when I was younger, but I don't really get much enjoyment out of it anymore. I would be one of those Black Friday shoppers that would be there at the crack of dawn. We'd have all the papers out. We'd track our movements on where we were going to go. And then I went into retail in 1987, and I swore I would never do that again. Most of the people on Good Black Friday are nice, most of them. But you get a lot more, I don't know about now, but back then, they, and they would line up we would open at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we'd have to be there at 5 o'clock so we could set everything up. And there would be people standing in line to get this little crappy little, something like this for free. And I'm thinking, you're standing in line just to get that? You're getting up early to do that after having Thanksgiving dinner? And then they'd be mad when there wasn't enough of the special that was on sale or, whatever. But so then I just kind of lost interest in shopping on Black Friday after that. And now I do a lot of my shopping on Amazon, to be honest with you. My grandkids pick stuff on Amazon that they want, and I just and send, and it comes to my house, and I wrap it and put it under the tree, and then they have it. So that's my Christmas thing. I was just realizing today that Jim is planning on going up north the day after Thanksgiving, which is usually when I put my Christmas tree up. So I think I might have him put the Christmas tree up on Thanksgiving night, and then while he's gone, do my decorating a little bit of each day. So we'll see how that goes. And then it's been raining most of the day today. It's kind of chilly. Jim wants to put up another pool in the backyard. I don't want to put up another pool. He says it'll be cheaper to put up a pool because by the time we pay somebody to tear down the deck and tear down the pool, take all the stones out that we have around the pool, we have electrical that goes to the filter out in the backyard. So then we'd have to take out the electrical. And then we have pipes underground for the drains that we had on the pool because we had underground drains. He seems to think it'd be cheaper for a pool. I myself don't think so because to me, I enjoy going in my pool. I've had a pool since 1986, so it would be strange not having a pool. But my grandkids all have pools at their house, and so it doesn't really thrill them, anymore. Alyssa's 16, but by next summer she'll be 17. She's not going to be worried about going in the pool. And so we're kind of tossing that idea around what we're going to do. We have until the spring to decide on that. But I told him by the time we paid for a pool, paid for somebody to install the pool, and then buy the chemicals for the pool for the summer, that it might equal out to almost the same price. So we're just going to toss that idea around, but I got a feeling that we're not going to have a pool. And then, what else? Oh, I'm going to start this book today called Firstborn by Will Dean. think he would have been William Dean. Wouldn't that sound more author-like? Like you were an author, William Dean, rather than Will Dean? But anyway, Molly lives in a quiet, contained life in London. Naturally averse to risk, she gains comfort from security and structure. Every day is the same. Her identical twin, Katie, is the exact opposite, gregarious and spontaneous. They used to be inseparable until Katie moved to New York a year ago. Molly still speaks to her daily without fail. But when Molly learns that Katie has died suddenly, she is thrown into unfamiliar territory. Katie is part of her DNA. As terrifying as it is, she must go to New York and find out what happened. This does sound pretty good. Christy does picks. My daughter Christy belongs to the Book of the Month Club, so she always brings me the books after she's finished with them, and then I read them. So I'm looking forward to reading that. What else was I going to talk about? I told you about the treadmill. Told you about staying on plan, tracking. The tracking is going to make the difference for me. What's sad is like now I get 27 points a day, which is nice because then I can eat more food, but then it's bad because I don't want to eat a lot of food, but then I got to eat to lose weight. It's like a circle, you know, like all of that going all around. So anyway, I'm going to do my best to just track every day, even on the weekends, and we'll see how that goes. But as always, I always hit bumps in the road, and I hit a major bump in the road these last year, and I thought that I was going to do better, and I was doing better, and then for some reason I got into a funk with everything that was going on in my life, and I turned to food. So, and I'm not being hard on myself. I know people say, oh, you're too hard on yourself. I think that I've always been hard on myself my whole life. I always want to accomplish more than I think I should, or I try to achieve beyond my goals, because I think anybody can, you know, like you can set a goal, like I'm going to walk around the block. Anybody will really, I mean, I don't mean like anybody. That's not a really good example. You know, anybody can set a low limit goal and reach it. I like to set a goal that somewhat might seem impossible, but I still want to try. That's how I've been my whole life. My driving in my car is one of the examples. I don't like to drive. And there was a point in my life that I never drove. I mean, my mother made me get my driver's license. My Aunt Rose come to the house on my last day of my permit. My mother made me get the permit. She made me take the class in high school because we used to get it for free in high school. She made me take the class. And then my Aunt Rose pulled up, and my mom says, well, you need to go with Aunt Rose. I think she needs some help with something. So I said, okay. So I got in the car and went with Aunt Rose. And did we not go to the Secretary of State? And I go, what are we doing here? And she says, your mother said you're taking your driver's test. Here's the car. Here's the keys. Let's go. So I did take it. And I did tell you that I didn't pass the parallel parking. And the instructor told me that if you promise never to parallel park in your whole life, I will pass you. And so I thought, my mother's going to make me come back and take this test again. I know that. So I can't get out of this. So I said, I promise. I swear I'm a Girl Scout. I swear on my Girl Scout honor. So, and I've lived up to that promise. I've never parallel parked since then. I wouldn't even, I know it looks so easy. I know. So I just don't do it. I just don't parallel park. Anyway, there was a point I never drove. My sister Mary lived with me for probably 3 years. And so when my kids were involved like in sports and things like that, and we were part of a carpool, Mary was the carpool, the designated driver. I would go as a chaperone, but I wouldn't be the driver. I couldn't drive. So I pride myself on the fact that I overcame that. And my goal was just to be able to drive 15 minutes. And to me, 15 minutes to anybody else might seem like nothing. But for me, 15 minutes is, you might as well tell me that I'm going to drive from Michigan to California. It was like beyond my scope of what I could do. And then when I got to 15 minutes, I did a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Now I'm comfortable with 30 minutes. But if push comes to shove, like when Jim was in the hospital, that was a 45-minute drive. And so the last 15 minutes were like but I made it. So that's what I like to do, is set certain goals. Another thing that I had was that I would never leave my house. I was afraid to leave my house unless somebody was right by my side. I never left my house. And when we moved, I had to be on my own, and that's where I started to drive. Because from 1971, when we were married, until 1986, when we officially moved into our first home that we bought, I never wanted to drive anywhere. We lived in an upper flat for 4 years, and then we rented a house. And so to me, it was like I had my own home anyhow. It was a house, and so I was in no big hurry. And then Jim was working out this way, or out towards Clinton Township where we moved originally. And so he thought it was better that we moved out of Detroit, moved to 15 minutes north to Clinton Township, because that's where all of his work was. So very begrudgingly, I agreed, and we did move. We got a beautiful home, which I did love. And it took me quite a while to overcome the fact that I didn't like being alone and that I had to do things on my own. But I did overcome it, so I was really proud of that. The funny thing is, when we moved there, all of Jim's jobs turned out to be 20 or 30 minutes south of Detroit, where we were 15 minutes north of Detroit, so he still had a long way to go. But it was a good move for me at that time, because I overcame my fear of driving. I overcame my fear of being alone. I realized, because I was watching a Phil Donahue show one day when I was home alone, that I wasn't the only one that was afraid to be alone, and that what I was really suffering was anxiety attacks. And so then I learned how to control anxiety attacks myself. I still have anxiety. I still have panic attacks. I wouldn't wish them upon anybody. You feel like you're having a heart attack. It's like the fight or flight, and you just want to flight. You just want to flight. You don't want to fight. You just want to flight. And so I've overcome that. And so I think that it doesn't seem like it was a high goal when I just said I want to drive for at least 15 minutes, or I want to just be able to stay in my house by myself. But now I realize that I have to set, almost to me, impossible goals. When I really set off at the beginning that I was going to have a 100-pound loss, to me that was an impossible goal. I knew in my heart of hearts I was never going to reach 100 pounds. And guess what? I didn't. Because I believed that so much that even when I got to like 96 pounds almost, I think it was 95.4 pounds I had lost, I was so close to getting to the 100 pounds. And my flight or fight thing went in. And unfortunately, I took the flight again. I didn't fight. I just took off. And then slowly. And then all of a sudden, it came on quickly. At the beginning, it was slow. I have a handle on this. I have a handle on that. But then it just got to the point I gave up. I just gave up. And I've gained like 30 pounds in the last 6 or 7 months just for my not reaching for a goal. So that's my problem. That's my problem. It really is. And I know it sounds like I'm really hard on myself, but you have to know what you need to do for yourself. And I know for myself, I need to be hard on myself sometimes. I really do. And I know you don't like hearing it sometimes, but like I said, in all things in life, if you say them out loud, thankfully I have a video that I can do so I can talk and say all this stuff and get it out there in the universe. But if I didn't have a video, I think I wouldn't have accomplished as much as I've accomplished since 2016, because I really have accomplished a lot in 2016. And I'm very proud of how far I've come and how much I've learned about myself. In 2016, I was still only driving 15 or 20 minutes. I would never walk by myself around the block. I really overcame a lot. And so bumps in the road, everybody has a bump in the road. Everybody's going to hit a detour somewhere along the line. Every once in a while, you might get a flat tire in your car. But you don't just abandon everything and just leave it to the roadside or the wayside and then just continue on without it. You make adjustments. And so I'm trying to make adjustments again. I've realized that not tracking is something I needed to adjust, and that's what I'm doing. And so I'm back tracking. I'm back exercising, walking on a treadmill. Believe it or not, walking on a treadmill. I get up in the morning, and instead of going right into the shower, I get my shoes and socks on. I still have my pajamas on, and get on that treadmill. And I walk. Today was only the first day I realized, but I'm starting a pattern. I'm starting a habit. So I think it's going to work. I really do. I really do think it's going to work. And we all know how much I hate a treadmill. We all know how much I hate a treadmill. But it's better than just sitting on my butt. It really is. And so that's my plan, to do that. Let me show you me walking on my treadmill. Well, I don't remember if I showed you walking on my treadmill or if I got all done with my treadmill. But I'll leave a link down below to the video showing you the opening. David was so nice. David came over yesterday to help me unbox the what do you call it? the treadmill. When the Amazon delivered it, he was leaving it on the front porch, and I got to the door just as he was there, and I go, could you please carry that in the house? Because there's no way I can lift that. And he says, I am so sorry, ma'am, but I'm not allowed to because of liability issues. And I went, oh. He says, but if you hold the door open, I can slide it in. So that's what we did. And then when David got here, he came and opened it up for me and then helped me with it. He just picked it up like it was a bag of rice. Me, I'm struggling to kind of lean it against the wall. But to be young again, be young and strong. But so anyway, I'm really glad that I did get it. It's not so cumbersome because I was originally going to get one to put it down the basement, but then my fear was the grandkids would play on it, and it's not a toy. And then even though they're old enough to know better, they're still young enough that they think that they can get away with stuff. And then and I didn't really think I'd be going down the basement stairs every day. I thought, it would give me an incentive to go down the basement stairs, but I know in my heart of hearts I wasn't going to go down there every single day. Just so like with my recumbent bike I was going to buy, I knew in my heart of hearts I wasn't going to go downstairs every day, even though it's very comfortable down there now, and I have a TV down there. All of the things that would make it conducive to exercising, I just knew I wouldn't. But now it's like in a room that I can walk on it, and it's if I have company, I can just slide it up out of the way. So I'm really glad I made the purchase, and I think that come springtime when I'm outside walking by myself because my balance is back, I'm going to be really happy I bought it. So. Anyway, let me show you what I had to eat. I'll show you on the treadmill, and I guess that's going to do it. So like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, look at me. I have started walking on the treadmill today. I have a TV, so I'm watching Stephen Colbert from last night, and we are just getting started. Well, I didn't set any major records, but look at me. Still in my pajamas, walked 20 minutes, only burned off 25 calories, but I got a little more than a half a mile. Not too bad for my first day. Well, with my balance being so bad, it was nice to have the railing on the bed to hold on to, because I still need to hold one hand on the railing while I'm walking. That's why I don't walk outside. My balance is way off, but I'm hoping with this walking I'll be able to get my balance back. Okay, for breakfast, we're going to have a half a cup of dry oatmeal, a quarter cup of 2% milk. The oatmeal is 3 points, and the milk is 1 point. 0 for the grapefruit, 0 for the tea, so it is a 4-point breakfast. Okay, for lunch, I'm going to have some yogurt with an egg. The yogurt is 1 point. This is the yogurt I use, the Chobani Zero Sugar Greek yogurt with mixed berry. It's 1 point. With my berries, which are 0, my egg, which is 0, my tea, which is 0. I have a tablespoon of the granola on top for 1 point. And I'm going to snack a little bit later on some almonds. It's 3 points for the package. I buy them in there. They cost a little bit more, but in the long run, it's better because it's already measured out for me, and it's only 100 calories. I think the yogurt is 60 calories. And I didn't use a half a cup. I only used a tablespoon. But if you used a half a cup, it's 260. I'm thinking it's probably about 100. So there's my lunch. Okay, for dinner, I'm going to have some tuna fish on toast with a half of a cucumber and a half of a tomato with an unsweetened iced tea. It is 0 points for the tomato, the celery, the tuna, and the cucumbers. 4 points for the 2 slices of toast and 2 points for the Miracle Whip. So it's a 6-point dinner. I used 15 points for my dinner today, or 15 points rather for my day.